Hello and welcome to Alex Cooks, the #1 cooking show of YouTube. Now, what shall we be cooking today? Well, we shall be cooking some cheese and onion pie without a crust. Now that's a big twist, isn't it? Now I like my spuds, I like my potatoes. I like crust, but as a twist we're not doing it, as I just said. Now I'm very excited to bake this. Now let's get to ingredients. So to make cheese and potato and onion pie, we got the onions, crikey. You'll need 60 grams of butter, plus extra for greasing. 2 onions, finely sliced. 1.8 kilograms of potatoes. 120 grams of grated tasty cheese, cheddar cheese, you know, like all cheese is tasty, quite frank. 1 bunch of sage, leaves picked, and well, if you want, you can also have a green salad to serve. Now let's get cooking. Now as you can see, we have all our ingredients ready. Our potatoes have been sliced. Our onions have also been sliced. The sage, I believe, has had all its leaves removed, as you can see. Smells like a treat as well. Yes, the cheese has been grated and the butter has been sliced. Yes. Now I'm biting at the bit to get going, so let's party and stuff. Okay, so I've now preheated my oven to 200 degrees. As you can see, I'm also melting the butter in the pan here. It looks, well, I wonder how much butter is lost from the solid mass every time I drag it over the ribs here. I do wonder that part. Now we're going to fry the onions here in the butter until they're soft and translucent. There we go. Hear that sizzle? I believe that might be the fat molecules in the onions. They're like, you can hear them bursting there. I presume, well, it's either that or the water is boiling away in there as well. That's a possibility. I don't know. It's a lot of things about the cooking process that spark my curiosity, you know. Okay, so now our onions have been sufficiently fried, now soft and stuff like we need them to be. Now the next thing to do is to start assembling the rest of the pie. So the first thing to do here is that we're going to line our 18 by 7 centimeters tin with potatoes. As you can see, they're overlapping here. We need them to overlap so they'll form a nice stable potato crust. Potato crust. I like that, potato crust. Anyway, we'll see when it's done. So now the layer on the side is done, as you can see. The next thing to do is to line the bottom of the tin with the potatoes now. Make sure they overlap here, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want any leakages. The next step is to add a little layer of onion and also cheddar cheese to the bottom of the pie, or of the soon-to-be pie, and as a bit of a base, you can add a bit of cheddar cheese now. Here we go. Love that cheddar cheese. Got to know the country of origin for this wonder cheese here. Now the thing to do now is to season the pie with salt and pepper. There we go. Like a bit of salt and pepper, me. And we're also putting about 4 sage leaves in there for flavour. We like a bit of sage. And now the process repeats again. You create a base of potatoes, and then you put on a bit of onions and cheese again, and then the sage leaves. And you continue to do this until you're out of potatoes, onions, and cheese and sage leaves. Okay, so we put on another layer of spuds, and a few layers of spuds here and there, and then also a bit around the side. Now we're going to finish building up the pie here. Alright, so you can see now that we've completely filled the tin, and we are going to alter this recipe so that only 1.4 kilograms of potatoes are actually used, because as you can see we've actually filled the entire tub and there's still quite a few slices left. So we've completely done it, all the layers are in. Okay, so now we're now brushing butter on top of our pie, and we're going to then cover it with foil and put it into the oven for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And then once the other hour and a half is done, we'll remove the foil and then put it back into the oven for 30 minutes until the potatoes crisp. Right then, so now our pie has been in the oven for about the past 1.5 hours. We're now going to take off the foil like we've just done, and then stick it back in the oven for another half hour until the top crisps. Well, the potatoes are nice and crispy. Okay, so our pie is now out of the oven. We're going to leave it a few minutes to cool before having it for the taste test. Okay, so now our pie is ready. As you can see, it's not really much of a pie, it's like a pile of sliced potatoes, but hey ho. This one looks rather crispy, so I believe I'll try this for tasting. I like what this is, how this is. I mean, of course the cheese and the creaminess of the butter contrast perfectly with the earthiness of the potatoes, very much so. Makes a wonderful dish. Yes. It's another culinary success from my kitchen. So if you like this video, do be sure to like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share this on your Facebook and Twitter. And also follow my social media on Instagram, Facebook and my blog. The recipe will also be down below, yes. I shall see you in the next video.